Hey everyone, Coach Patrick here, back with another weekly coach update for everyone here. Thanks for tuning in so much to our Facebook Lives and listening to our podcast. This week, I'm talking to you a little bit about our 2022 season plan changes for the full and half iron distance training plans. Every year, we rewrite these training plans. The core set of our plans get rewritten every year based on our member feedback from our own learnings inside the team, and also based on best practices as established industry-wide, new science that emerges, and so on. The goal here in terms of rewriting the training plans is to make sure that our athletes always have the best possible training plan moving forward. And we do it collectively, not only with our experience and also incorporating, external data and resources, and simply because we collectively are moving forward. So when you join the team this year, 2022, you have a training plan that has been rewritten 15 times, right? So no getting a training plan, having no idea what it's about, no getting a training plan and having no idea where the workouts came from or why they evolved. You can easily just connect with one of your teammates here inside Endurance Nation and learn more about the training plans and how things work. And so this year we made some changes based off of feedback. I'm actually still making those changes. Shh. But I made some changes based on some feedback from members that I thought was really helpful. And I wanted to cover some of that with you tonight. Okay, so let's talk about the building blocks of Endurance Nation training plans. These are written for age group athletes, people who have busy schedules, who are looking for one, maybe 1.5-ish workouts during the week and longer sessions on the weekends to fit the regular schedule of work, life, etc. Even though we've been in a pandemic for 2 years, life continues on, time is precious, and our goal here is to optimize that training time for you, leaving all of that thought process out of the way. All you have to do is log in, look at your final search training plan, know the workout you need to do. It's dialed in for your season based off of the training roadmap that we built for you, and you can just get to work. Okay. Beyond that, we've set up our training plans to operate in specific ways, allowing you to pick up and put down different building blocks from each part of the training plan. And our full and half plans are no different. So when you enter that training plan part of your season where you need to modify your race preparation work, we have two types of plans for you to pick up. We've got our preparation plans and our race plans. The preparation plans are 4 weeks long. The race plans are 12 weeks long. So you can have a 12-week buildup, you can have a 16-week buildup, or you can repeat that prep plan, have a 20-week buildup as well. So you've got some flexibility in terms of the time that you start till the time that you hit your race. And we'll make recommendations for you, but I want you to understand that training plans are in fact modular and allow you to make changes accordingly to your schedule. Right. The next thing that you should know about our full and half training plans is that we have different varieties available to you. On the macro level, we have our traditional training plans, and then we have our minimalist training plans. The minimalist training plans have just one workout per day, Monday through Friday, and then have the bulk of the endurance work happening on the weekend. Many of our athletes enjoy the schedule because it's not only achievable, but it's also very effective in terms of balancing your intensity during the week with your endurance on the weekend. So people like the diversity of training each and every week, giving them time between some of those longer sessions, opportunities to actually focus on shorter, harder sessions, perhaps even doing things like racing on Zwift and similar things like that. Okay. The other element of our training plan differential that you should know about is that we actually have focused training plans. So we have bike focused and run focused training plans. Every year inside Endurance Nation, we recommend that our athletes alternate focus points for their season. One year doing their bike, next year doing their run. So odd years are bikes, even years are runs. And those are opportunities for you to challenge yourself from a training perspective, but to avoid getting stuck in a rut with that progression, getting to a place where you have some solid gains building year after year. And so in our bike focus training program, we have 4 bikes a week. In the run focus training programs, there's really only 3 bikes a week. In the run focus training programs, we have 5 runs a week on average, whereas in the bike focus training programs, we only have 4. You kind of get the sense of how we've weighted the workouts accordingly. And while you hit the same milestones and training stress build across the course of your preparation phase to get ready for your race, there's a diversity in that training which allows you to stay balanced. At any given time, you can swap out your training plans, change them up, ask for help from us to do it as well. This way, even if you need to modify getting started on one but need to go to a different plan, we can always help you make those changes as well. Okay, so this year in particular, the changes that we made specifically to the training plans include a couple of key elements. First, our athletes requested that we add more swimming back in our program. Swimming is not a big focus point for Endurance Nation in the winter, and in season as well. The necessity of doing longer bike and run sessions to prepare for the distance of races that we're encountering takes a little bit of time away from that swim session. And the feedback we got from the team is that we just have to have 3 swims a week minimum during this final 12-week buildup. No waiting until the end to kind of add an extra swims during the taper. And so we're adding back in that 3rd swim, giving you an option for a 4th swim should you want it based on an alternating week schedule. More on that soon. Okay. The next thing that people asked us for was having a week for absorption. So normally every 4 weeks inside Endurance Nation, we test. We've replaced those test sessions here over the course of that last 12 weeks with absorb weeks, which in turn basically allows you 4, sometimes 5 days of lighter sessions to absorb the work from you culminated in the week before, and then allowing you to kind of pick things back up again by the weekend. The goal here being kind of giving you a reset, an opportunity to move forward and progress through the volume in a meaningful and successful way, giving you an opportunity to head into race day being strong, but also rested enough to be successful when it comes time to execution. Okay. Another big change, aside from the execution, or along with execution, I should say, is getting back to our swim bike brick sessions on the weekends. And so what we've done is we're basically alternating swimming on Wednesday with swimming on Saturday. We swap those swims accordingly on opposite weeks to give you opportunities to swim and bike, perhaps even run a little bit on those core weekend days. That's an opportunity for you to start those bike sessions a little bit fatigued, understanding that the number that you can easily hit when you ride away from your house on any given bike ride day is not the same as when you get out of the swim and have already got some fatigue, low on calories. I think swimming in general makes most people feel a little more fatigued than normal, and getting used to that sensation and understanding what it means to ride the correct number of watts. You're achievable, long distance cycling related watts, but still your RPE will be all out of whack coming out of the water. So we're adding back in those elements so you have that as well. Okay. We're also bringing over our strength protocols from the winter to the race preparation season as well. As our average age of athlete continues to migrate northward, like myself, and never ending every day, we're adding in strength as part of that prerequisite. You can always talk to me or any of the coaching staff if you want to add or remove any particular session to your program based on your own personal needs, injury history, goals for the season. But in general, we want to make sure that we have opportunities for that. So what it means is, in general, when you're training for these long course races, you've got quite a full slate of workouts that list for you every single week. And our job is to make sure that we can winnow those down to the most critical ones for you, identify those sessions, and make sure that you're on track. Now, if you're starting and doing your first race ever, starting with Endurance Nation sooner, it's always better. So we have more time to work with you. If you're a veteran athlete or perhaps even a returning member, you don't have to always start so quickly. You can jump in even with as much as 12 weeks to go, presuming you've got some good baseline fitness. We would define baseline fitness as being able to train 6 to 8 hours a week, and you're doing diversity of workouts across swim, bike, and run. If you haven't touched your bike in months, or if you haven't been able to run in years, just jumping into an Ironman buildup is going to require more time than you might otherwise budget. And if you do have questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out to us on Facebook. We're on facebook.com/Endurance Nation. You can hit us on Twitter at Team EN, or you can always visit our website at endurancenation.us and use the little chat bubble at the bottom. Post your question there. It'll get to me. I'll be happy to answer you back, especially if you leave your email address as well. Okay. So those are some of the high level changes that we're making. We're also be making some changes to obviously the custom Zwift workouts that we write for everybody, the individual key elements around some of our long runs, and the zone execution in terms of pacing as we get into the final block. We got great feedback from last year's plans in terms of the run progression that we implemented last year and the benefits associated with that. So we're going to do our best to incorporate both of those into either side of our training program, bike and run focused, which will take a little bit of juggling there, but I hope that you'll be able to reap the rewards of having a well-proven, creative training plan built off of years of experience, customized to you, available online, and supported by hundreds of teammates. All right. If you have any questions, I look forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to seeing everyone next week when I'm back from vacation. Until then, be safe, be healthy. Talk to you soon.